1619, the year America's soul was sold. August 1619, a battered Dutch warship called the White Lion limps into Point Comfort, Virginia. The crew is desperate, low on supplies, nearly starving, but they have cargo, human cargo. 20 to 30 kidnapped Africans stolen from a Portuguese slave ship off the coast of Mexico. The English colonists trade food and supplies for these human beings, and in that moment, everything changes. This isn't the beginning of slavery in the Americas. The Spanish and Portuguese had been doing it for over a century. But this is the moment slavery becomes American. This is 1619, the year America's soul was sold. We don't know most of their names. History erased them. But we know some. A woman named Angela, a man named Antonio, another woman known only as Angelo. They weren't enslaved in Africa. They were free people, possibly from the kingdom of Ndongo in present-day Angola. Then, Portuguese slave traders raided their villages, chained them together, and packed them onto the São João Batista, a slave ship bound for Mexico. But the White Lion attacked that Portuguese ship, stealing about 60 captives. Half of those captives ended up in Virginia. They had survived kidnapping, a forced march to the coast, the Middle Passage across the Atlantic, a pirate attack, and now they stood on American soil. They had no idea they were about to become the foundation of an empire built on their backs. Here's the twist that nobody teaches. In 1619, these Africans weren't legally slaves, not yet. Virginia didn't have slave laws. They were classified as indentured servants, the same status as poor white Europeans who sold years of their labor to pay for passage to America. Antonio, one of the men who arrived on the White Lion, eventually earned his freedom. He became Anthony Johnson, a free black landowner who owned over 250 acres and even had indentured servants of his own, both black and white. For a brief moment, a tiny window in history, black people in Virginia had a chance. They could earn freedom, own property, testify in court. But that window was closing fast because the Virginia elite had a problem. They needed labor. Massive amounts of cheap, controllable labor, and they were about to invent a solution that would define America for centuries. 1676, 57 years after 1619, Virginia is a powder keg. Poor white indentured servants and free black laborers are living in the same awful conditions. Backbreaking work, brutal treatment, no opportunities. They have more in common with each other than with the wealthy plantation owners, and the elite are terrified of this. Then it happens. A man named Nathaniel Bacon leads a rebellion. Poor whites and free blacks fight side by side, burning Jamestown to the ground, attacking Native American settlements, and nearly overthrowing Virginia's government. The rebellion fails. Bacon dies of dysentery. But Virginia's elite learn a terrifying lesson. Poor whites and blacks together are dangerous. They could destroy the whole system. So the elite make a choice, a deliberate, calculated choice. They invent whiteness. They create race-based slavery. Wait, stop right here. What comes next is the blueprint for 400 years of American racism. But if you don't subscribe to this channel right now, YouTube won't show you the rest of this series. Hit that subscribe button. This is history they don't want you to know. Don't let this video disappear. Subscribe now, then let's continue. Between 1660 and 1705, Virginia passes a series of laws that create racial slavery. Before this, slavery existed, but it wasn't based on skin color. Now it is. 1662, a child's status follows the mother. If your mother is enslaved, you are enslaved. Forever. This makes slavery hereditary. 1667, baptism doesn't free you. Before this, converting to Christianity could lead to freedom. Not anymore. 1691, interracial marriage becomes illegal. Whites and blacks can't legally marry. 1705, the Virginia Slave Codes. Black people, enslaved or free, lose almost all rights. They can't own weapons, can't testify against white people in court, can be beaten without consequence. And here's the key. Poor white people get something. Not much, not wealth, but they get whiteness. They get to be above someone. They get psychological wages. Let's talk about why. Slavery wasn't just cruelty, it was economics. Tobacco made Virginia rich, but tobacco destroys soil. You need new land constantly. You need massive amounts of labor. Indentured servants were temporary. They worked for 4 to 7 years, then went free. You had to keep replacing them. But with hereditary racial slavery, you own the worker forever. And you own their children, and their children's children. It's a self-perpetuating labor force. By 1700, enslaved Africans are pouring into Virginia. By 1750, slavery is the backbone of the entire Southern economy. Cotton, rice, tobacco, sugar, all built on stolen labor. And here's the thing, Northern states benefit too. Northern ships transport the enslaved, Northern banks finance the plantations, Northern factories turn slave-grown cotton into textiles. Everyone profits. The entire American economy is built on 1619.